Rafael Constantine. I work for Barry Waymiller, headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm their Chief Information Security Officer. We've been using the Endpoint product, about a little over 3 years now. We use the EDR capability, and that's what we started with. At the same time, we also got the Vigilance 24/7 remediation and support. We needed that. We had a different vendor before that, and which was also EDR. But what we realized with the previous vendor, the R in EDR meant report. They reported us alerts all day long, and it overwhelmed my team by a huge amount. And one thing that we realized that we needed the R in EDR to stand for remediation. And that's what we got with the SentinelOne and the Vigilance team, which I was extremely happy with, because the just reporting alerts didn't do us any good. I don't have a team. I don't have a 24/7 team that was available to respond all the time to some pretty serious alerts that were popping up in our environment. We started with the SentinelOne Vigilance team, and they reported and they remediated, which was fantastic. So my team can go in, they can see the alerts coming in, they can see the high priority ones, and they can actually watch as the Vigilance team knocks them off one at a time with that remediation piece. And that has been invaluable to us. To me personally, because I sleep a lot easier, knowing that my alerts are getting fixed. These problems in our environment are getting remediated. The bad guys are getting kicked out. And I'll tell you, when we first started with this 3 years ago, we would get contacted by the Vigilance team fairly frequently, initially a couple times a day, with things that the Vigilance team was not certain if this was unusual behavior or if it was normal. And now, after working through that for a while, now we get contacted by Vigilance maybe once every 2 weeks. Our environment's clean, they've kept it clean, SentinelOne's EDR tools kept it clean, and we're operating, I think, at a much safer, secure environment to protect our company's IT systems and their data and our reputation. So in our business of manufacturing machines, one thing we do when we sell a company a machine, these are big machines that enable our customers to produce products for end users. We sell our machines with anywhere between 10 and 15 sensors on them. And these sensors report back data on the machine, how it's doing. How's the air temperature, the humidity, how's the vibration on the machine, what's the electrical current running through it, the voltage, all that. And based on that, we turn that into predictive analytics. We can tell our customer, hey, you're going to have a problem with this one particular machine. We've picked it up, we know what's happening, the warning signs are there. You need to take it offline and do some repair on it. Well, I say all that because we get a lot of customers very sensitive information. This is their machines, it's their data coming off of it. And when our customers entrust their data to my company, we have to absolutely make sure that the data is safe and secure when it's being processed and stored and analyzed by us. And if that would fail, if we would have a breach, if customer data would get exfiltrated from our environment, that's when you get into reputational damage. And at a very customer-focused business like we're in, when I talk about this data analytics and proactive, predictive analytics that we do, reputation is all you got. And if that goes, it probably wouldn't really kill us, but it would really significantly impact our ability to get new customers and probably keep the ones that we have. So when you ask about how does SentinelOne help us achieve our business goals, that's one of our big business goals, and SentinelOne is key to that safe and secure processing of customer data for us. I'll tell you the big change in my team since we've had SentinelOne is it takes a lot of this pressure off of us, and really with these huge numbers of alerts that we were getting before, that no one on my team was ever able to survive the big wave of these. It was demoralizing. And when your team gets demoralized and there's no fix, there's no end in sight to that, then you run the significant and real risk of people leaving and going elsewhere. And so as a team leader, it's my responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. And so when I think of how SentinelOne has helped me over the past 3 years, lead my team and protect our environment, that's probably the biggest one. That's probably the biggest area. Just giving my team the confidence that that a lot of these threats are taken care of so we can focus on other security things. There's a lot more going on in security than just endpoint problems. And there's a lot of, I like to call them higher level things that we need to be focusing on, which we're able to do now, which we were never able to do before. So SentinelOne's solving a lot of problems for us, enabling us to move forward in very important areas of security. Probably the biggest thing I would think is the visibility it gives us so we even know what those risks are. We've recently purchased the identity capability. We're deploying it now. So I don't know exactly how it will pan out. Ask me again in a year. I'll be happy to tell more, but I'll tell you, we did a proof of concept, proof of value of the identity capability for a couple months this past summer, and that will really take us to the next level. I'm convinced or we wouldn't have bought it. In terms of visibility, knowing what's going on in our environment, knowing what's going on with the lateral movement or the bad actor behavior, it fills a big gap that the EDR capability doesn't really address. And that lateral movement. These days you have to assume that the bad actor is going to get into your network by stealing credentials and logging on. They say they don't hack it anymore, they log on to the network. That's getting around EDR. The bad guy's in your network, and that's where the identity piece comes in, and it lets us know, it will alerts us when the bad actor is in, because some of the movements and the actions and the commands that the bad actor is trying to do, that's where the identity piece kicks in. And not only alert, but the system will actually will block as well. There's a lot of automation built in. And so when it comes to risk management, having visibility into all these different things, and then knowing that the system will actively detect, block this type of stuff, it really it lowers our risk level a lot. And in a very important area that's been pointed out to us in our previous pen tests, that we do have a vulnerability there. So it allows me to address one of our biggest risks that we have in our security environment. Yes, it has. We have learned a lot about how to remediate different things. We purchased the central logging capability, the S1 or the Singularity Data Lake, about 2 years ago, and so we're able to do a lot of alerting, a lot of threat hunting inside our data lake, and that's really taken our analysts on our team, taken them to the next level of capability, because the SentinelOne, the Singularity Data Lake, is really powerful. The query language is good. The results come quick, and they're clear. They're understandable. We like the console, and yeah, it does make us very efficient in how we do our daily work there. So that's one thing that I do highlight a lot, is the false positives. We bring people into the cybersecurity field as junior analysts. We train them, and then we give them tools too often that are nothing but false positives. So these people, these junior analysts, they spend hours every day hunting down false positives. That's demoralizing. It's not much value added. It's not very fulfilling for them at the end of the day. And guess what? Burnout's big in the cybersecurity field. 5 to 7 years is usually the time limit for a lot of these folks. It's because of false positives. And with the SentinelOne, with the capabilities that we've purchased and implemented, the false positives that pop up are far and few between. We're always going to have some. I'd be nervous if we didn't have any. So we have a few, and we deal with those. We have a lot more true positives that we're happy to jump on and work through and remediate. Oh, no question. We're getting good at the console, working through that in partnership with the SentinelOne Vigilance team. We haven't had to use it yet, but we've also purchased the SentinelOne Digital Forensics Incident Response. They're the DFIR capability, which will kick in if we actually do have a true incident. We've had that for 2 years now, and I'm again pleased that we haven't had to use it, because we just haven't had that type of incident. We're able to handle all of the ones that come our way. And when it comes to trying to figure out what happened, about how did the bad guy get in, what did they do when they got in, that's where the Singularity Data Lake comes in. We're able to search through our logs quickly and efficiently, find out all of that, the breadcrumbs, as we call it, all the forensics to help us determine what did he do, what other things could he have done, and get really to the to really know exactly the scope of what just happened, get to the root cause, and in most cases adjust our security environment just a little bit there to prevent it from happening again. So yeah, very helpful. Again, with the vigilance service, absolutely. Yeah, the vigilance guys. I always wonder what tools they have on the backside, the back end that they have access to that we don't. But whatever it is, keep doing it. It's really, really good. And they're quick at detecting. The EDR agent by itself is also really good, because often we'll see alerts in our console that we'll jump on, and that will work through quickly as well. So yeah, the mean time to detect is very low now. Yeah, exactly the same piece. Detect, the response, of course, comes from, that requires some work on our side of digging through the logs, again, which the SentinelOne, the Singularity Data Lake makes it quick and easy for us to get really good actionable results. So we're able to reach out to our users that may be impacted and instruct them to take some actions, perhaps power off, send us the hard drive, whatever it might be. But yeah, detect and respond is those timelines are really short now. When I think of in-network adversaries, I'm thinking of, it could be insider threat, or it could be a bad actor who's logged in as one of our team members, right? And which does happen. It happens probably, well, I'll tell you, without the EDR alerting us, we probably wouldn't know when this happens. We would probably find out when it's too late, when something bad happened. This lets us get inside that curve and inside the bad actor's ability to realize, hey, I'm in, now I'm gonna start moving all around. With EDR and with identity, we're able to get inside the actor's loop there and take quick action to isolate them, to block them, to trick them, whatever actions we decide to take. But yeah, with Ian, that's the main reason that we decided to evaluate and then eventually purchase the SentinelOne Identity, is to let us know and identify what is going on inside our network. Because we knew there were bad things happening, we knew we were vulnerable, but we didn't have a way to determine that. And that's what Identity brings us. It really is it's a sea change in capability. AI is great, has a lot of potential for people on my side. For people on the offensive side, the bad actors trying to attack us, it also has a lot of potential for them, great potential for them too. They are adopting it already, it is clear, and so we need to do the same on the cybersecurity, on the cyber defense side. We have to be able to take care of we have to be able to respond very, very quickly. It's all about speed in this business. And that's where things like Purple AI and other AI initiatives from other vendors are extremely important, that customers like me evaluate and understand where the company's roadmap is going when talking about implementing and integrating AI into their security technology. We've been focusing a lot on the Purple AI of SentinelOne. It has great promise, turning junior analysts, turning them into quite capable security engineers quickly. But with the natural language processing, they don't have to worry about crafting these big, long, structured query language, queries into the system. Just natural language, type in English. It's very intuitive, very easy to use, and gives quick results. And again, it's all about the speed. So knowing that the bad guys are adopting AI and integrating it into their operations, we have to do the same. That is changing our approach, and I'm really excited about Purple AI today, more excited about the roadmap. They have a lot of very interesting things they've talked about at their OneCon 24 convention of big improvements coming in the next 12 months for the Purple AI capability. If I was going to improve Sentinel-1, one thing that we've been looking at is an NDR, a network detect and response capability. I have not heard Sentinel-1 talk about that as being on their roadmap. So maybe we could suggest that to the company leaders to consider. But that would be a capability that I know that I and my team would really like. Sure, yeah, we had Rapid7 before Sentinel-1. We went with Rapid7 because they said, hey, you can put all your logs in here, unlimited logging, which was wonderful. That's great, at no additional cost, right? Sentinel-1, like Splunk and other SIEMs and central logging capabilities charge. Usually, the more data you put in every day, the more they charge you, right? But with Rapid7, there was no additional charge. The problem is, though, is that it was tough to get the information out. Some of the alerts that we would run, the queries just wouldn't finish. They'd break. They'd stop. If you had a short time window for maybe a few minutes or an hour or two, it would work just fine. But much longer than that, over a week, if you're looking for a week of time for hunting for something, that's often when the search would never return anything. It just wouldn't work. So again, great capability to throw everything in there, but you got to be able to get it out, right? I mean, that's the whole point of putting it in there in the first place. So we could check the box saying, yep, we're logging everything, but on the whole, how useful is this? It was too unuseful at the wrong times for us. So we had to move. And I'll tell you, that experience with a not great SIEM enabled us, or it provided us the opportunity to develop a really good set of requirements for our next SIEM, for our next central data logging system. So we had a good list of things that we knew we needed from that bad experience, and when we married them up to Sentinel-1's capabilities in that space, it was easy to see that they were going to solve our problems there, and they have. We've had it for 2 years and don't complain at all about it. The Sentinel-1 data lake ability to return on our queries, it's fast. It really is fast. Not sure how it is able to be that fast. They've told me many times how the technology works. Can't say I understand it all, but it is true. It is the system is quick, and it's complete, and it's good, and my team is happy. So yeah, we're very happy with the ability to retrieve the logs that we need in order to help remediate whatever incident we're working on. Well, with EDR, I go back to what I said earlier about the R being remediate. We needed a company there that would not just alert us, but also do the remediation. I needed that capability. And there was a few vendors in the space, and we evaluated them. We had customer reference calls from each. And because it's hard to evaluate a 24/7 service. It's hard to do a proof of value, proof of concept, because unless they are in your environment, you really can't. So you have to go by what the customers say. And I'll tell you, the two vendors that we were interested in, the customers loved them. There was no daylight there. The capabilities were very good. I think Sentinel-1's technology was a little bit better from what we could tell. But the main thing, it was price. Sentinel-1 came in at 2/3 the price of the competitor, and that made the decision quite easy. And we signed up for a year. That year went by very well. We signed up for 3 years after that, and it's been very good since. I have recommended Sentinel-1 to many of my peers. Some have moved to Sentinel-1, some have not yet, and I always encourage them, hey, at your next contract renewal, take a look at this. There's a lot going on here. When we started with Sentinel-1, we started mainly for the EDR capability, and Sentinel-1 at that time wasn't much more than that. That was their big focus. And it's been nice as my team's capabilities and needs have grown over the years, as we've needed more capability. SentinelOne has added more capability. They got the central logging, the Singularity Data Lake. They had the digital forensics incident response. Now they've got identity. Now they're throwing AI on top of all of that, wrapping a purple AI around everything. They're moving out from just a point solution for EDR, which is one of many things I need in my whole security technology stack, to covering a whole platform worth. And they're not stopping. We just heard some presentations earlier today by Tomer Weingarten about where they're moving out in new areas. So it's nice to see that the company is not resting on what works, but they're moving out in all new areas all the time. And that's what I pass on to my peers and colleagues, other CISOs. Say, hey, if you haven't already, give this company a good look at, because they're the real deal. I would say the support, I'll rate them high as a 9. I'm a tough grader, or I'd give them a 10, but I'm struggling to think what I would change. But they've been extremely good on the support side. We have a customer success manager we meet with once a month. Used to be once a week because we were having some issues going on. Now we've scaled back. We dialed back to once a month because that's where we are in terms of our needs. Now we have a dedicated threat analyst who's helping us out. That's something new, and which approaches the support from a different angle. His role is to make sure that we're taking advantage of everything fully that we've purchased, which is very nice, helping us make sure that we're getting the value for everything, for our full investment. And our sales team has always been very good. We've gone through two sales reps in 3.5 years, both very, very good. And we're happy all around with our support.